and and Hungary. Um, I hope you see my slides and my screen here. My name is Mohammed Ali. You can call me Ali. My background is in engineering, but I'm a general manager for MH Inspires based in Melbourne, Australia, and I'm doing technology transfer, commercialization, innovation consultancy globally for the last 15 to 20 years in new product development in many different industries. These are my contacts, and I would love to actually meet you later. A very brief introduction of what we do. We are a very small team doing technology transfer commercialization in social sciences, in physical science, and in life sciences. And we are collaborating with many startups, many technology transfer offices, many universities, research institutes globally around the world. And our business model is basically focused on innovation from idea creation to impact delivery and supported with quality management systems, coaching and training, and cross-border and international activities. Today that we are talking about Industry 4, we are going to start from automation to intelligence. This is Industry 4, is integration of physical, digital data systems, all assets and systems together. These days, with support of AI, we got started with IoT, Internet of Things, creating a digital twins of processes and products, and now we got cloud and edge computation modeling and systems, which is shifting from the old automation of the industry into autonomy, now into intelligent and smart industries. Why Industry 4 is accelerating? Because data exploration across industries are quite fast, and it's developing. We need efficiency and sustainability of our processes and our industry systems. Increasing systems complexity. We got more complicated systems now. Of course, we got more data, which means that we have more accuracy, but at the same time, it's increasing the complexity of the systems. And which means decision makers, they need to act real time and somehow be predictive decision making and preventive somehow when we are getting to the risk. And we are transiting from Industry 4 into Industry 5 soon, or if it's not already there, because now we are introducing human-centric, sustainable, and AI decision-making systems and resilient systems more. Tonight and today we got some streams in Industry in I, which is our 8 startups that they are going to present in the field of AI and data platforms, in digital twins and smart infrastructure, and energy and sustainability, and smart mobility and logistics, and digital assets and infrastructure. A few housekeeping notes. First of all, each presenter, they have 7 minutes to present, and then we got 3 minutes for Q&A. I will hint you just 1 minute before end of these 7 minutes, so at the maybe just before you finish. And I'm a little bit worried about time, so I'm very sorry, but I have to actually stop you when we get to the maximum of 10 minutes. As you saw, these presentations are being recorded. So if you don't like to be visible, you can turn off your camera. But I love to actually have you here and see you and meet you. So the presenter and us, we don't think that we are talking for just, or at least put a few beautiful images of yourself here. And please keep your microphones muted. So let's start. The first presenter is, we start with the smart infrastructure, where data integration and system optimizations are critical to Industry 4. Our first presenter is developing a manufacturer neutral operating systems that connects the and optimize building systems using AI and IoT. Please welcome Ms. Hu Hangmi from Shanghai, Yangqing Information Technology, China. Please.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for um, attending my presentation. So I will present an operation system that delivers commercial value. So the next page. So first, let me simply introduce introduction of our company. Shanghai Yanqing Information Technology Company was established in 2017 with its headquarters in Shanghai. It's a high-tech enterprises specialized in the integrated R&D and sales of management platform software for smart buildings, industry park, factory, hospital, and hotels. Operation nationwide, the company adheres to philosophy of innovation, professionalizing services, and win-win cooperation, delivering high quality information technology products and service to clients. Shanghai Yanqing develops natural software-only architecture opening system for commercial buildings, compatible with over 95% of existing building protocols, including BA-Sense, Model-Bus, OPC, and OTT, etc., and supporting mainstream brands such as Johnson Controls, Siemens, and Honeywell. This system is able to connectivate, control, and optimize of HVAC lighting, access control, and the energy system deliver efficient, flexible, and reliable building equipment management and optimization services. This team process deep experience in the intelli intelligence of IoT, AI, and facility management. Their solutions can extend equipment's lifespan by 40% and reduce maintenance tickets by 20%, deliver tangible value to clients. So recently, the program commercial buildings waste 30% of energy due to the HVAC system operation on a fixed schedule without considering actual usage rates. Maintenance is passive. Reflection on units may shut down unexpectedly, reducing in immediate repair costs exceeding tens or thousands of US dollars. Existing solutions either incur high operational and maintenance costs or adopt a close or inclusive contracts that highly brand property owners like flexible, cost-efficient, and efficient solution to meet market demands. The existing program operation in the installation for each other, air condition and access to control system, like communication breakouts in lights remaining on without knowledge and occupation situation data source in leading to operation efficiency, high maintenance cost, and limited facilities. So the closed protocol of traditional buildings automation system results in an isolated ecosystem with operation relied on single vendor, high any fees, limited fixed flexibility, and difficulty in adapt to rapid changing market demands. With while per cloud dashes enable remove monitoring its lack of real-time devices controlled with significant data latence, which components decided making efficiently and failed to meet the demands of sequences requiring high real-time performance. The facility team needs to operation across many different screens, resulting in several information fragments the leading to low team efficiency, high laboratory costs, and increased error rates. Due to the system complexity and inefficiencies, facility management spends 60 of their time on prevention and addressing if emergency rather than op optimizing operations to enhance overall efficiency. So right now the solution by integrating IoT gateways, clouds, AI energy, and API layers, we built an efficient intelligent system. Manufacturers maintain designed no disassemble and replacement required, and flexible cloud local development capabilities address device needs while enhancing marketing competitiveness. The commercial has been successfully implemented with extensive deployments across 4 buildings, crossing 100,000 square meters, demonstrate formidable capabilities. The pilot application at Shanghai
1 minute.
Center for the Shanghai Center has been remarkable result. So the solution by leveraging IoT and AI technology according to operation among the building system are achieving significant enhanced overall operating efficiency, optimize management of utilities by intelligent in regulation of systems such as air condition and lights, building employing advances chromas equipment facilities can be predicted in advance to reduce maintenance cost and operation disreputes caused by equipment automation and intelligent technology reduce the needs for manual intervention, low labor cost, and enhance overall efficiency and safe, non-invasive deployment limits to the need of dismantle or replace existing hardware, protect using investment and reduce the implement costs. So the model of the corporation will focus on marketing, such as EU, North America, and Asia Pacific area, and we're seeking for the cooperation with local system integrator, integrator and facility management company to join the market and or deploy smart building solutions of what label or OEM license to existing building automatically vendor to expand marketing shared advantage the menu success. So thank you for your listening.
Thank you, Ms. Chen. We got 2 minutes. I see that we have a few questions here. One question is, can you please explain what services you provided to Honeywell and what issues your solution could solve, please?
胡总，你这个跟汉尼威尔的区别在哪里？你可以解决的问题是什么？
Sorry.
Sorry, wait a second，胡总。
OK，我霍尼韦尔是解决的是楼宇的，就是建筑里面的自控系统。 也就是 BA 系统，但是我们是解决了整个建筑里面除了 BA 系统之外，还有其他的就是安防的系统、消防的系统，以及
Sorry, for the Honeywell, they only solved the problem of BI system. For our system, we solved all the buildings system, including some security and fire fire alarm, something like this.
All right, thank you. You can contact each other maybe after the sessions and through the contact list that Delta Tech will gonna share with us later. The second presenter is from Azerbaijan. Um, from smart infrastructure, we now move to smart mobility and urban logistics, one of the fastest growing challenges that we're already facing in modern cities that we have. Our next presenter is developing AI-powered autonomous cargo bikes, combining IoT, sustainability, and real-time optimization to transform last mile delivery, basically. Please welcome Mr. Murad Qasimov, CEO and founder of, uh, please correct my spelling, Utsemoto from Azerbaijan.
是标
Is
志。
Dr. Ali, the presenter is
they're
not
not
here yet,
available?
so you can move to the next one.
Next
I would
one.
like to know if he is in the room, by the chat room, please.
Yeah. But please let me know if they are available. So let's go to the third presenter or the second presenter for tonight, which is developing digital twin platform powered by AI. And uh, as a AI smart intelligence, enabling real-time simulation and decision making across urban systems. Mr. Frank Wang Fang from Beijing Frido Technology. Are they here?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
actually
please.
here. Just give me 1 second to share screen. Um, I'll just share my desktop. It might look kind of weird, but
Yeah.
just wanted to make sure that you guys can all see it.
Yeah, we see that. Thank you.
Okay, all right.
We see the slides,
So
not this. Yeah, all good. Fantastic.
okay, yep. So I'm gonna start. So I'm Frank. I'm actually from Beijing Freedo Technology, and I'm the vice president of this company. So I'm just representing my company to give you a little bit of introduction of what we do and who we are. So the first part of the introduction, of course, is about our company. Our company is actually leading the digital twin platform market in China, according to the IDC report of last year, which is 2025. We are taking over 25% of the domestic market share. So in this case, we're number one. So right now we're actually expanding internationally. We are having successful deliveries in UAE, which is in Abu Dhabi and Dubai mainly, and we are having some cooperations with Saudi companies and even local government. And also we're expanding pretty big in inside of Asia as well. So um, at least in this year, we have traveled to Thailand, the Philippines, and also Indonesia, and there's going to be a lot more connections as well. So we have covered about over 200 industries altogether. So we have been working very successfully with all of our partners, no matter domestically or internationally. And our product line is pretty clear. It's simple, but not very simple. We are majoring delivering. We are majorly delivering three part of our product, which is the first one is the data engine. We're totally proud of it. It's probably the world strongest data engine, which is the data adapter. So we're able to take over 200 formats data into our platform. And our rendering engine is something that we really invented. We are not relying on any third-party rendering engines. So we're not using Unreal engines or other gaming engines like Unity 3D. So that's our own engine. And right now, with the development of artificial intelligence, of course, we're using AI as well. We wanted to combine this AI engine with our platform together to do the computings, to do the calculations together. So in this case, our technology right now is very well known and very well recognized by a lot of our partners all over the world. So before the problem statement starts, I wanted to emphasize that we're actually transforming ourselves into a spatial intelligence company instead of just doing, a digital twin platform. So in this case, we're able to resolve pretty much all problems that needs to be calculated or computed with spatial intelligence or spatial recognition. So in this case, we're able to resolve all these kind of issues. For example, say navigations and coexistence conflicts. And the second one is obviously the construction because we need a lot more calculations in the construction process. And then we're able to to resolve underutilized or misaligned spaces. So this is really something that we're good at. And also for styles or non-persistent asset information, we have a special technology when we're intaking the data into our engine to do a semantic segment of all the data so that the data like the models in our platform is not going to be only the models. So we wanted to make sure that the bridges are bridges, the buildings are buildings, the roads are roads. So in this case, our AI will be able to do a very complicated computing and also calculation to give us a very optimized result. And then there's going to be a lot more complex application scenarios and what if scenario simulations, because nowadays this is very important. So I just wanted to emphasize that the visualization simulation is definitely not our target. Our target is going to be doing all the predictions of what is going to happen in the future. So in this case, these are some problems that we can resolve with our platform and with our technologies. So there are some cases that I wanted to share, some application scenarios that we have done. The first one would be urban planning and development. So the first one is, of course, 3D visualization of the master plan, and also the compliance review process is really something important in urban planning industry. So in this case, we're able to do a calculation based on the information, based on the data, so that it's actually going to shrink very big in the reviewing process. So we have delivered one of the use cases in our Abu Dhabi project. So which is very good, and our customers and clients are totally satisfied with what we have delivered. And then
1
we're going to
minute.
move to city transportation. It's a visualization and it's also a 3D simulation. So we wanted to simulate how the traffic is going on and what the traffic situation it is. So we combine our platform with the real-time IoT devices data, or we call that sensor data together to have the simulation done inside of our platform. The last case will be very important as well, which is the environment management. So in the environment management, like there's a lot of simulations, there's a lot of predictions going on in there. So that's really showing off our platform's abilities. So that's pretty much all the cases that I wanted to share with you guys. And we're looking for collaborations, of course. We're pretty much looking for all kinds because we're like this year is a big year for us to go internationally. So we're really looking for all kinds of channels. And we do have our solid products as well. So we're able to share with all of our partners. So either by licensing or cooperation as dealers, like international dealers, of course. Um, so so um, so I really appreciated your patience and thank you for listening. So this is my contact information. If you guys are interested, feel free to ask any questions, and I'm gonna be here.
Thank
Yep.
you, Mr. Wang. I see there are a few questions, which a few of them is my questions too,
Okay.
from
Can I stop
Miss.
sharing my screen so that I can
Oh,
see
yeah,
the
yeah,
questions?
yeah, yeah, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Should I read it or the last question?
The last, does your solution, is it for me or?
No, no, no. Thank you for the presentation. At which TRL level are you for various components of your digital twin platform?
Components. I don't really understand what TRL level means.
Technology
Mm.
readiness level.
Oh,
So
uh,
I ask it in this way. So are you at what maturity level is your technology and solution? Is it already mature? Is it under development or is it under deployment, for example?
let's I can answer this question in two different ways. The first, we have to divide it our products right now into different maturity levels. So our major product line is really ready to sell, and which is the part that we're leading the domestic market share. And the other part, which is the AIGC part, and also the artificial intelligence part. So in this case, in that part, we are able to deliver some products, but we're still trying to make it better. So it's still under
Hmm.
development as well. So it is half ready. We can provide it as a service, not selling the product. Is it fair?
Okay. And the rest of the question, is it app-based or browser-based? And how long does it take to train
Um,
users? Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I saw this question. It can be either BS structure or CS structure. So we supports both. But in app, we will have to develop a certain app for mobile phones operation
Hmm.
system. Um, so I see there's a competition with Israel. No, we're not competing with them because Israel is mainly. I have to say that Israel is still delivering the strongest GIS system in the world in 2D. So we totally respect them, and we're not competing with them. I mean, like we can be partners. We can work together to make the system better. This is really what I see it.
Okay. I've got a few more questions, but I'm a little bit worried about time. But we will continue this conversation offline, maybe. Um,
Yeah, for sure.
thank you very much, Mr. Wang.
Thank you.
The next presentation is from Canada. Yes, almost Canada. And I appreciate being with us. Let's move from physical infrastructure to digital infrastructure. Industry 4 is also reshaping how financial assets are created. It's not just about physical assets and also about financial assets and also how it's managed and assessed. Our next presenter is building a tokenization platform that bridges traditional finance and Web3, enabling institutions to digitize and distribute real-world assets in compliance and scalable way. Welcome, Mr. Mutaz at Majdoub from GGEZ1. Thank you. You're muted.
Do you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, good. So should I start?
Yes, please.
Okay, so I'll start a little bit with a quick background. Real-world asset tokenization is creating cryptocurrency that represents an asset. For example, the fiat currency, the dollar, is being tokenized, and it's called the dollar stable coin. And in the Web3 industry today, there's over 300 billion in US dollar stable coins in circulation. Other real-world asset tokenizations can also be tokenized, such as securities, stocks and bonds, commodities like gold and silver, real estate, and many other assets. Real-world asset tokenization is actually a $1 trillion shift in finance happening now on Web3. Web3 is the interconnected blockchain networks. That's why major institutions like BlackRock, Franklin Templeton, JP Morgan, and others in the US and outside the US are embracing tokenization by creating tokenized securities for trading on public blockchain networks, which confirms this market opportunity. And the motivation behind this embrace is best summarized by BlackRock CEO Larry Fink, who said in his statement, the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. What he's saying is that trading securities like stocks and bonds will move from traditional markets to Web3 networks. And the reason that blockchain networks offers and the reason is that blockchain networks offer more efficient framework for trading securities globally. And the efficiencies come mainly that blockchain significantly lower the cost of settlements between different parties. So the company introduction. We build a layer 1 blockchain infrastructure purposely built for real-world asset tokenization. We bridge traditional finance, Web 2, what we call Web 2 rails, or the traditional financial networks, and Web 3, which is the blockchain rails, through a compliant and scalable financial infrastructure. So basically, in other words, we're integrating layer 1 or internally or other layer 1 networks with Web 2 financial platforms to enable the seamless onboarding, asset management, issuance, and more importantly, the regulatory alignment that is needed for financial institutions to be able to issue tokenized assets. The tokenization as a service platform that we are selling is a financial solution for it's a solution for financial institutions to digitize, structure, and distribute regulatory financial assets as investment products to their customers. The problem statement. Emerging markets lack accessible investment opportunities and efficient infrastructure to create them. There's a big investing gap between emerging markets where only 5% of people participate in financial markets compared to 25% in Western Europe and 50% in the United States. So for investors, there's limited access to regulated high-value assets like real estate, private funds, and other things. On the other side, for financial institutions, in our markets, it's a complex structuring to create investment products and fund formations. It's expensive, it takes time, and this is where the opportunity comes. Through a platform, smaller financial institutions can easily create investment products on high value assets to their clients. So, so the solution we're offering, as we mentioned, is a tokenization as service platform for financial institutions in emerging markets to issue, manage, and distribute tokens representing regulated assets. And when we talk about regulated assets, we're talking about real estate, private equity, venture capital, private credit, debit instruments, also for MENA region, Sukuk and Islamic finance instruments, commodities like gold and silver and other resources. The idea is to have the platform regulation ready, so they don't have to worry about getting the compliance or managing the compliance for trading with these securities. And it comes with a cap cable and fund administration modules. And more importantly, it's important to note that not every country they have these frameworks ready. For example, in emerging markets, UAE, Qatar, and Bahrain, they have a tokenization and a complete cryptocurrency regulatory framework. So for countries that have this ready, we can, using our platform, they can easily link their created product into more public trading. So it enable for potential of cross institutions and cross-border transfers for the assets that these financial institutions can regulate. But this is only for countries that have these frameworks in place. So this is our platform. So basically we have a tokenization launchpad, a marketplace, a distribution framework, and on top it's sitting on a layer 1 blockchain and a web 2 financial platform. Important to note that we can run this like for financial institutions on their own, like meaning you can use our own blockchain, or they can also connect to public blockchains like Ethereum, for example, or Solana. The financial model, basically, it's a P2B, business to business to financial institutions, SaaS model, which means that we have fees that comes from reoccurring, there is reoccurring fees, and there is transactional revenue fees, for example, like annual fee for platform, white label setup, and for every asset you want to issue, there's a fee. There's also there's a scalability potential for this project through transaction fees and active user, for example, and consulting if they want to do any customizations. In terms of market,
1 minute.
1 minute. Okay, so in terms of market opportunity, we're talking about, of course, the underlying assets is huge, but the tokenization in the region is about 30 billion by 2023 for MENA, for example, and 1 billion is obtainable. In terms of traction, we've built our own layer 1, it's live. Also, we have several opportunities, one in the UK to use our platform, and another one in Qatar. The team, we are fintech experts. We've been building financial technology for a long time, and we have two successful startups and one exit. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I've got a few very good questions here on the chat. Should I read it for you, or can you read
Yeah,
it?
of course. Yes,
Yeah.
if you can. Yeah.
That's a very good question. How do you prevent fraud, double counting, etc.?
Yeah, okay. So this is actually one of the advantages of blockchain. Blockchain solves this double entry or double counting problem using a complicated algorithmic engine, it's called the double spend problem, and this is one of the key advantages of blockchain. As you know, Bitcoin has been launched around 2010, 2011. Until today, we never had this double count problem, and it's inherently programmed in the cryptographic layer that actually moves that moves these ledger movements.
The other question is, how will you ensure liquidity on your platform?
Okay, so we are offering a platform for financial institutions. So it's their problem. So we only give them the infrastructure to tokenize.
Okay, that's interesting. And do you compete or partner with existing exchanges?
Right now, our proof of concept, we are listed on a couple of exchanges. But of course, for countries, as I mentioned this earlier, for countries that have a cryptocurrency regulatory framework, then yes, we can help these financial institutions to distribute their tokenized assets into other exchanges. But if there's none, then it becomes a private, a financial institution level tokenization engine. It can't be bridged outside the internal system.
That's interesting. And I've got one question for myself. How do you address regulatory compliance and build confidence amongst financial institutions? Because in plain English, how can you get your clients?
Okay, good. So for example, today we are doing a pilot with a company called VVTX. VVTX is actually one of the few, only four that they allowed. The FCA is creating a stablecoin framework active next year. So these are one of the early ones in the sandbox that they will be allowed to test this sandbox before it becomes low. So basically, the regulators, they need visibility into the platform, like in terms of KYC, user signups, checks on IDs, reporting. So this is the regulatory requirements. It's basically you are able to report all different aspects of the business back to them in a timely manner.
Yeah. Okay. That's interesting. Thank you. Any other questions? Now let's move on to the next presenter. Thank you, Mr. Matou.
Thank you.
And the next one, let's go back to China and the industrial applications. Please welcome Mr. Richard Shen from the DG Twins, presenting digital twin solutions for intelligent operations and asset management from China. Thank you. Please.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Right. Okay, give me 1 second. You are able to see the slide this way, right?
We see the slides, but not the presentation.
Give me 1 second.
But it's still readable.
So you guys can still see, but I'm having some issue just playing from the current slide. Okay. Yeah.
No,
okay.
not that screen.
Do you mind if I just do like this? Because I
yeah, that's all good.
You monitor some issue. Right, great. Hello, everyone. So my name's Richard. I'm representing Digital Twin, the company called Digital Twin Science and Technology. We are a subsidiary of our mother company, Rich Tech Engineering Group. And today I'm here to discuss and tell everyone about the paradigm shift in how we are building, operating, and increasing efficiency in the heavy industrial assets world. For more than 20 years, we have been at the forefront of heavy industrial EPC and EPCM, more specifically in offshore deep water platform, floating LNG, and modular construction. Our mother company did participate in the world's largest LNG modular project and deliver a lot of these infrastructure design. We have a global footprint across Singapore, Japan, and China. And with our deep engineering heritage, we came to the critical realization that traditional life cycle of an industrial plant and asset is fundamentally disconnected. And to embrace the world of IoT, AI, and the trend of the 21st century, we need to embrace the digital twin technology and more emerging technologies to better operationalize and manage these heavy industrial assets. So this is the problem statement that we have put together. The first core challenge we note down is the data disconnect and the decision black box, where we see that in heavy industrial assets, this data silo, so a complete or sometimes partial disconnect between the static engineering design data and the dynamic operational data. And there's also knowledge drain. As everyone knows, a lot of the time, tacit knowledge is very important. And when the old experienced employee worker leave or exit the job, then the tacit knowledge he or she holds will disappear. So there's this gap between transitioning knowledge from old and young employees. Right. And this provides an opportunity in the 21st century in this emerging AI and data world where transitioning towards digitalization is no longer an option, it's like a need. So first of all, there's compliance and decarbonizational requirements. For example, under the EU CBAM, industrial assets need to report their emission in terms of carbon dioxide equivalent, and the one embedded in their products. And there's also marginal pressure and technological readiness needs that we see that there's a window to transform static plants into intelligent, autonomous, non-human robot. In this way, increases the efficiency and management efficiency of the whole asset, right? So let me first present our first module within our digital twin product bus, where we have Octopus, which is the operation, maintenance, and management platform, where sort of it will integrate the input from the static side and also the dynamic side. And via our three engines, it will be able to output a 3D command center for the asset owners and enable this heavy industrial asset, such as a cement or steel plantation, to be managed in more efficiency, and it will be able to reduce cost and hustles for the asset owners compared to under a traditional setting. Right. And our second module in our digital twin product bus is Coral, which is a digital asset handover platform. With our 20 years of EPC experience, we see that there's a disconnect between the contracting phase and that of the asset owner. So this module helps the EPC contractor and the asset owner to lock heads with each other, and it can reduce the hustle in the handover phase. That it will enable higher and more efficient information exchange between the two entities. And this can solve the industrial pain point, being that there's a data graveyard where traditionally the EPC contractor will give the asset owner the information via physical documentation or in CDs or data drives, which is hard to locate information if the asset owner does want to track down a piece of information and data on, for example, a specific equipment in the asset, right? Okay, and thirdly, we have Castle, our net zero intelligence platform, which can help asset owners to manage their renewable energy source and also traditional energy source, and to record the carbon emission, the emission data in the assets and outputs ISO compliance accounting and other sorts of documentation and certificates. It has a dual purpose. First is for compliance. Second is to reduce cost by better optimizing the energy resources plugged into the heavy assets. Right. Okay. And let me introduce briefly the model of collaboration. So we are very flexible, commercial and delivery-wise. So we are open to white labeling and OEM, back-to-back agreements, though it comes with some qualification. We also are open to master service agreements, as we did with some of our collaborator, or even more simply direct commercial agreements. So for our mother company, we do have, as I stressed before, 25 years of experience, and we have a very big global footprint. We have legal entities in China, Singapore, and Japan, and we are open to exploring other geographies like South America and the Middle East. Right. That's my presentation, and thank you for your time.
And thank you to be on time. Any questions from or DG Twins? I have a question because in practice, together you are putting engineering data and real-time operational data.
Yes.
What limitations have you experienced when you are putting these two together? In other words, how can you actually what your client should offer and in practice be ready for you to get engaged?
Right. So how can the clients be ready? So I think one thing is that a lot of the times the management level people who actually make the decision to implement this kind of technologies, they don't know what sort of data they have. So like they need to find out what sort of data format they have so it can be easier for us to plug in our system. Yeah, this is
Okay.
something that takes a long time for us to find out, and
Yeah.
it'll be easier if they can, sort that out. And we do have a question in the chat. So does Cuttle
Yes,
provide
please.
the raw data, or does it integrate the reports? So I think provide the raw data. So this can be done twofold. The first is we install our own IoT infrastructure, but under the case, if it's a brownfield, then it depends. We should be able to extract data from the existing machineries and the IoT already in place by the asset owners. And the second question is, or does it generate the report for? Yes, I think the data will be the data and the optimization done by our Cuttle module will be able to satisfy part of the CSRD SBTI, but I will not say using this module will be 100% sufficient, since it depends on the assets of the asset owners. We treat that but on a case basis.
Thank you.
Thank
Any other
you.
questions? All right. Thank you. Let's move to the other side of the planet, to Europe, to Germany, Exomatter. The next presenter we have, they are using AI and to accelerate material discovery, helping industries, many different industries, to move from years of trial and error to a faster data-driven innovation platforms that they are supporting many different fields. Please welcome Ms. Barbara Bachus, if I pronounce it correctly, from Exomatter in Germany.
Yes, thanks a lot. I can skip my pitch because it was a very good introduction what we are doing. But I will jump in. I will quickly share my slide. I hope it will work because Zoom is always a little bit tricky on Apple. But I guess you can see my screen, hopefully, and the presentation.
Yes.
Amazing. Great. Thanks for the invitation. I always would like to start with this big number, 10 to the power of 60, because 10 to the power of 60 are all the possible materials out there. So bigger than all the stars in the universe. And this number is facing manufacturing and chemical industries to find better material for their application. That's a huge opportunity what they do have, but also that's a huge challenge to really find the best material out of this amount of different combinations. So welcome to Exomatter. We are finding better materials way faster than it is actually at the moment. Before I'm jumping into the team who we are, coming back, how does it look like at the moment? And maybe some of you know that, but basically materials development is based on trial and error. That means that a materials development can run up to 6 years. Thousands experiments, and we are speaking about cost of an experiment, basically in average 5K and more. So meaning that the companies are spending more than 5 million, 10 million for just running random experiments. And that's what we are wanting to change. Who are we? As you already said, a Munich-based startup. We are a spin-off of the German Aerospace Center. That's where we come from. The great of our team is that we are not coming from a purely AI background. We are coming from a material science background and developing AI algorithm based on these methods. So what are we doing? If you're thinking about a materials development process, it starts with definition, what do I want to achieve? And it ends with the validation and deployment of the product. We started at Exomatter to focus on discovery, meaning what is existing out there to find a better materials, development, screening, and now we are also optimizing validation and deployment, and is also based on the Exomatter side, but with partnering, so partnering with labs, for example. But now really coming into the tech, what is actually Exomatter doing? So we are simulating materials based on a molecular structure. and can therefore provide the best material in a short list for different use cases. We are developing material based on 5 dimensions: chemical properties, engineering properties, physical properties, and cost and sustainability properties. So a user is coming and saying, okay, I want to have a battery that has the same performance, but without lithium, for example. Then we are doing a molecular calculation of the material with AI, with different sources, screening all the data, what we find out there, bringing it on the platform and break it down to the best material candidates exactly for this use case. That's one part. The other part is what we also can do is that we are grabbing the data, internal data from our customer, from the knowledge of the past experiments, what they have done, run an AI machine learning on that, and can also provide based on that, plus a combination of our own simulated data to say, okay, that are really the best 5, 10 material candidates. Please go in the lab and test it out instead of having thousands of lab tests. We have an Axometer scoring in place, so meaning that we give each material, it doesn't matter if it's a completely new material that we are simulated or existing material, an Axometer score from 0 to 10. 10 means this is the best material for my application. 0 means it doesn't fit at all, so I can already switch some of them out and can really focus on the best material candidates. What we achieved so far. So we can reduce 80% of this process. The last 20% you need to go in the lab and test it in the digital real world environment. And we could find, for example, 20 new completely working materials at the moment, and we could reduce 90% of the CO2 footprint because you're saving experiments. When you're saying you want to have a material that is less of the CO2 footprint, then the impact is even higher with the Axometer platform. You can see some of our clients, very different clients, from automotive to airplanes to batteries. So we are not limited in one specific material categories. We can really dive into polymer, we can dive into inorganic crystalline material. So there is no limitation. But what we are not doing at Axometer is drug discovery, because that's a completely other field, and also the data is a little bit different. I have with me a use case of one of our clients, Team Blue. They are producing new battery cells. And why I have it here, because it shows really good the impact of the Axometer platform. So they already said instead of 1 week in the lab, they can run 1 day lab testing. So that reduce a lot of cost. They could find already 4 promising material categories. And that's amazing to see, and that's exactly what Axometer is strength of. We do have 2 different business models, but we are focusing on really co-development, as we can see that usually this is a new methods that the companies are implementing. We are not just giving a software, we also give our experts and our material science experts as well in place. So meaning you could also say, okay, I don't know, I need to find a new product, I need to find a new material, but I don't know the properties. You can jump in, and then we can do a project. Always happy to do a POC with you, and afterwards you get access to the platform. And that's already it. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. We got some questions here. Ich habe eine Frage. What is your, a few questions. What is your intellectual property format here? Because basically you're providing services to industry.
Can you repeat it,
What is
please?
your intellectual property?
Yeah, so we are having our own algorithm, and that's our IP, what we do have at Axometer. So it's not that we are just scraping data out there, it's the simulation part, but also the algorithm part of the AI. That's our IP.
Mm-hmm. And basically you rule out the rest of impossible or something that is not feasible for your clients But because I can imagine there is a long journey of regulatory certification, test data, everything ahead of your client, but you're not going to that area. You just say, this is the boundary that you're expecting to have. For example, if you're looking for another alloy or a battery or whatever you said, these are the possible options that you can have it instead of so many other options. Is that right?
That's exactly right. So we are working with customers. They usually have their own labs or they have the suppliers, and in the
Mm-hmm.
end, they can then go with our material categories to the supplier and say, okay, can you produce one of this five? Or they using their own labs and test it out and then go to the supplier if they can scale it and produce it. So we are really in the beginning if it comes to certification. If it comes to, okay, which supplier is the best, then we are out. That's at the
Okay.
moment not our goal.
I've got another question in the chat. Are you looking for clients to search for new materials, or are you looking for funds to deploy and launch your own new materials?
So we are looking for both. Clients always happy to have, but our client list is quite full at the moment. And as we are a startup, it's not so easy to get more, 10 more. But if it's fitting from a co-development partnership, always happy to talk. But also the other part. So also we are looking for funds, definitely, yeah.
No funds for your own materials. That's the question.
Funds for our own, yeah, also that, yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Lovely. Thank you, Barbara. And
Amazing. Have a great
yeah,
day. Another
and
question? Not.
not at the moment.
All
If
right.
I'm a little bit worried about time, so because we
All right.
promised to actually finish everything on time. So as long as we have you here in Germany, so we are not going somewhere too far again. Let's just stay in Europe. Our next presenter is from Hungary. We now move into the creative side of AI, where the challenge is no longer creating content, but creating it as a scale and consistency and efficiency of AI. Our next presenter is tackling this by bridging multiple AI tools into one unified platform, which is very interesting. And I'd love to actually hear more, turning ideas and data into ready to use multimedia content in real time. Mr. Chris Wasala from Hungary, please.
Hi. Yeah, this is me. Sorry, my sharing. I hope you can see my screen now.
Yeah, very good.
Good.
Please.
I wasn't allowed to share just a singular tab. I had to share my desktop as well because of Zoom, but at least it works. Great. Hi, I'm Chris, and I'm going to introduce Jupyter to you, which is an AI generative multimedia production platform. Jupyter is a product that fell out of the Umbrella Group, which has been a content service provider for more than 20 years, which is primarily engaged in production and post-production. And because Umbrella and the team has seen already around 5 years ago that the entire industry is going to change with the emergence of AI, they have been very focused on embracing AI workflows. And once all of it came together and AI was at a stage or got to a stage where we could create an entire product line from it. We started doing so sometime last year. So Jupyter is an AI generative multimedia platform with two flagship products that are already falling out of this product universe, as we call it. It's basically it aggregates. We are an aggregator or orchestration based company as well. So we don't have our own large language models, but similar to the previous presentation, we aggregate and orchestrate the best AI models into a platform as a service format. And we always make sure that this platform uses the best AI model for the given task at any single time. So it might be with the speed of development being so fast, it might be that in the morning, I don't know, Nano Banana is the best, and in the evening, a new one that nobody has ever heard from is the best for a specific task in our workflow. So we are able to change and shift and not rely on one model only. It gives teams one workflow from idea all the way to the finished content. And it is created for brands, creative and media agencies, broadcasters. At least the first two products are that I'm going to talk about a bit more. Um, yes, so let me talk a bit or introduce very briefly the two products that we already have. Promo Tool is the one. Broadcast networks, content creators all need to make promos out of existing content. So if I don't know, uh, HBO buys a TV show from Warner Studios, they need to somehow promote it on their network. And because of our background as well, one of the problems that we identified is that the promo creation is a very tedious and long process, takes around 4 weeks, involves 8 to 12 people, and is basically the process hasn't changed since the mid 90s. With Promo Tool, we can accelerate this process, take all the manual work that we can automate, and increase the speed for a promo creation to, instead of it taking around, like I said, 3 to 4 weeks and involving 12 people, now it can be done in about an hour by one person. This is for broadcasters, these are multi-million budgets a year. The cost saving here is around 70%, and yeah, time increases also very quickly or very dramatic. Movie Maker is the other part of the products that is already combined or already ready. This is a complete text to movie or text to image generation model. Here, if you upload a script, for example, you can get a whole movie at the end. My favorite example is if you go on a holiday and you write a diary, upload 3, 4 pictures with the diary, and it will generate your personalized holiday movie basically just from 3, 4 pictures and the diary. This is also the B2C part that we're going to talk about a bit later. I think I skipped a bit already. So the problem statement, content creation supply chain is broken. It's too old, too slow, too limited. And with the help of AI, you can change the output amount and also the formats. We have a lot more formats and a lot more target audiences to serve now. And right now in the market, there are over 400 AI models, but none of them offer the entire ecosystem. So there are some that are really good at parts of this problem that we solve, but none of them solve the whole problem. And we try to use those that are really good at the part where they are really good. So as I mentioned, we aggregate the best AI models into a platform as a service, and we can create multiple forms of content in real time. Exactly. Um, and also we created a very user experience is a very high focus for us, so we try to create the most seamless user interface as possible. So for example, in the promo studio version, we integrate with the existing nonlinear editing platforms or softwares like Adobe Premiere and Avid and all of the others. And the promo producers can use the promo tool in the environment that they already have been using previously for 10, 15, 20 years. So they don't need to learn a new software as well. And the proprietary dashboard will generate personalized content on the fly for any users, any broadcasters, and it's how we present our solution or how we give our product. So as I mentioned, we orchestrate. So on the one side we have all the models, and on the other side we have all the output that is required. So you input and the end goal of Jupyter is to have a full-on personalized marketing solution where an advertiser can just upload several assets. For example, Coca-Cola can just say that it uploads a Coke Zero can and once sets a mood of how it wants to, and Jupyter will generate in the end, in about a year's time from now, completely personalized advertisement of that product for you based on your preferences, based on what it knows about you, and based on the setting where we want to market it or where you want to market it. The business model, being cautious of time. So revenue right now is driven by
Yeah, you get less than 1 minute.
Yeah, as the second to last slide. So we have the revenues driven by enterprise infrastructure contracts. Right now it's B2B and B2E. Once we have the movie maker as well, the B2C factor will also come in, because then we will have individual clients who can use it, for example, for the diary function that I mentioned earlier. But right now with Promo Tool, which is our most ready product, we're targeting TV broadcasters, streaming platforms, and the media companies. And
Thank
we're
you.
already working with them. Mode of collaboration. Obviously, we're open for any partners that would help us open up new territories, new regions, and have good contacts in the broadcasting world right now. And we also have an open fundraising round, and we're happy to talk about potential investments as well. Thank you.
Thank you. There is a question in the chat, which is a very interesting question. How does your product compare to Lumen 5 or Hagen?
I have not heard about those yet, to be honest. Wait, I'm trying to just get back to the chat and see where you are, because I don't see the here. Bup, bup, bup. Sorry, I have not heard about those yet, but I will mark them down and I will respond. Yeah, as soon as I have an answer to that.
Thank you. So I've got one question from my side. It was a very interesting business model, basically. So to get everything from one channel and going to the rest of that, instead of like myself, I already have so many subscriptions with many different platforms, which is expensive, and also it's time consuming and hard to manage. But what is your unique value proposition compared to so many other solutions that is coming and is already in the market?
So we have two USPs that I would like to, I think, mention here. One is the dashboard. So we don't you don't need to open 17 different AI models to get right now with Promo Tool, which is our market ready product. I would say Movie Maker is almost there. So Promo Producer doesn't need to open several different tools to get to the same result, because Promo Tool orchestrates them and has them all in or yeah, connected in the backend. We can really make sure that the user has a really smooth user experience. Um, and yeah, that's one of the most probably the most valuable USP, and that we can always choose the best model that does the task the best on the day. If you subscribe to, I don't know, Nano Banana, but there's a new LLM coming out of Timbuktu tomorrow that is really really advanced and does it much better, then we will make sure to connect it in the backend, and you will be able to use it seamlessly without having to learn how to prompt that specific model and all of the other things. We
Yeah.
do, or Pro Tool does that in the backend.
And the other question again from I have it here is when you're working with, for example, broadcasters and large organizations, they already have multiple users and multiple workflow and very existing content production platforms. How can you actually integrate to many of them? Is there any issue in terms of a scale or?
Yes, very good question. Thank you. We're facing that now as we're integrating with our first customers, and I must say so far it's been very positive. We're very slow on sales yet, because we're basically still in stealth mode, but almost out of it yet. But wherever we have made customer contact, we are at advanced phases of negotiations. And with the first integrations, what we learned is that with these large organizations, it's the easiest if we can integrate directly into their workflows. So we can integrate all their tools, all their project management tools. We have built a middleware basically where we can just connect to the tools and make sure that the existing workflows don't need to be changed within the multinational
Yeah.
organization.
All
So we
right.
are trying to be as smooth as possible and as easygoing as possible.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for this presentation. The last one, I think this is the last one. This presenter from Azerbaijan didn't join. As long as we are still in Europe, so let's stay in Germany. We close the session to return one of the most critical challenges that we already have in Industry 4, which is energy, particularly sustainable energy. Our final presenter is addressing how we can better understand and optimize energy flows for individual buildings to entire city in a large, from neighborhood to the city, using AI, satellite data, and automated analysis. Welcome, Mr. Sattar Rafi'i from AS Energie in Karlsruhe, Germany. Please. You got 7 minutes for presentation, and I will give you a hint 1 minute before end of the 7 minutes, and then we got 3 minutes for Q&A. Please.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for this chance and this time. Yes, ICE Energy is a company that working. My name is Sattar Rafi, and ICE Energy is a German company that's working in the renewable energy and building efficiency energy. And we have installed this company last year, and till now we could develop our solar software and also our energy consumption software. And our next step is we are going to the building energy management system software and hardware. Yes, our company actively working in the intelligent energy software, automated building energy analysis, and scalable energy management. And as I told it, till now we could build AI solar software and also AI building energy consumption software. And now we have customer for this product, and in Germany we are working to as a advertising solar potential, finding solar potential building, and also we have a customer in real estate and also solar companies. And we try to combine AI with renewable energy and also with satellite, and build one new product in this market. What's the problem? Yes, the problem is energy understanding in building. It's difficult. Energy management require understanding energy flows in the building. Production renewable energy like solar from the rooftop, and also energy consumption in the building. These two data now is time consuming, and it depends on the expert, and it has high costs, because every time should one expert go to the building and visiting and photography and take a data, and it take a time, and also it's very costly. Because of that, till now, understanding one building energy flows, it's have a high cost. And when one company want to install BMS in one building, then this company at the first should try to find two input data, production solar from rooftop and also consumption energy in the building, and then starting to optimizing energy flow in the building. And these days we have this very important problem in this section. And as you see that in my picture, detecting rooftop solar and also detecting energy consumption, it's a too big problem in this business. And because of that, developing energy building energy management system, it's not expertly, and people should use a lot of time and also a lot of money to find real data, and then starting to optimizing energy flows in the building and also in the city. How we could solve this problem? we could with combining our spatial algorithm and also the satellite optical and thermal data and also our AI software with combining all of these three sections, we can detecting solar energy potential of roof and also energy consumption, building energy consumption in maximum 1 minute, just with writing one address and clicking, and we using from satellite data and also our algorithm, and we could find very fast these two important data. And then we send this data to our BMS computer, and computer can combining with sensor data that can get from the building sensors, for example, heating, hot water, and electricity, and then can improve and optimize the energy flow in the building. And now we are at the first level detecting rooftop solar and also energy consumption. And now we have a customer for these two software. And now all of the solar companies that trying to find the real customer, we can help these companies to find the real customer, because we can detecting all of the city and can find the real rooftop solar, and can issue the individual technical report and send to the customer. And yes, customer can see the real technical data and can decide to go to the installation solar or not, and go to the renovation building or not. And because of that, now we can sell this product.
1 minute.
And after that, we can send these two important data to our BMS, and our BMS from installation, from the day that install in the building, can optimizing the all of the energy flow in the building. These days, all of the BMS should stay at minimum 3 months to find the real data and starting to optimization. But with our method, they can start from the 1 day. And then we can improve to the city. Our collaboration, we are searching to find customer that need to, for example, solar company that need to find the real customer and send their offer, and they can use from our software. And also we are searching to find real estate company that they want to sell their real estate, and they need to know their real energy consumption from the real estate, and our AI system can issue this report in 1 minute. And at the end, we are searching to find one real investment that they interested to our BMS. BMS is our next generation of our product. And yes, it's our website, and you can scan this QR code and you can find our website and our product, and you can follow me in the LinkedIn. And yes, we are very happy to have a cooperation with partner, with investment, with interested customer to our software. We can cover in European country, and also it depends on the inquiry. We can set a data for example, Australia, for example, America. It depends on the customer. Yes, that's
Thank you.
our product.
I don't have any questions in the chat yet, but I have a question for you here. You touched a little bit on BMS. If you can bring in your slide back, what is that BMS exactly? What does it work? Because there's so many other BMS already. I got it, which is very fantastic, that majority of the websites and softwares that is are for solar optimization panel, and as I did for my roof here in Australia. But you're doing great because you're not doing from one individual roof. You can actually go from a neighborhood to the city. I understand that. But what is that BMS that you are mentioning here?
Yes, BMS means Building Energy Management System that we are trying to have one software. These days we have a lot of software for BMS, Building Energy Management System, but all of them set for static data and they don't set for dynamic data, because every day we have a new data, we have a new weather data, we have a, for example, in one building we have a new situation by renovation, then we become one new data from the building from energy consumption.
Even residents' behavior can changes, which changes the energy consumption. So do you mean
Yes,
dynamic in that level or dynamic in terms of just different data?
dynamic in electricity data, dynamic in the, from dynamic I mean that every data can change. That means dynamic data. But these days BMS set for static data. For example, one
True.
company sell BMS, they had set for one special data, and this BMS cannot update itself. And yes, our software and hardware can actually update every day from every new data, and every building install BMS. All of our BMS can talk with each other and sell electricity to neighbors and purchase from neighbors. But
Oh,
right
that's very
now,
interesting. That's your actually you're addressing because I saw in one of your slide that a few houses they were seller and a few houses they were buyer. So it's at the moment here in Australia, I'm selling my electricity to the grid, but can I actually sell it to my neighbor directly?
yes. When you and your neighbor have our BMS, these two BMS can talk with each other and know, for example, your neighbor in which time need energy, and you in which time have a lot of energy, solar energy, and they connect with each other in the right time and send the electricity in the right time. And for
So like
example,
looks like a car sharing. We have energy sharing.
yes. By car sharing, you can
And are you
sharing the energy.
providing this solution at the moment?
We have a software for this problem, but we are trying to build our special hardware, and it's our last section of our business. And yes, when we find one interesting investor, then we can develop our hardware also. Now we are selling our solar AI product and also energy consumption AI product. Both of them is software, and you can select one city with our software, and in 1 minute, our software can detect all of the roof,
Wow.
and can set a special individual technical report for every roof. And in 1 minute, we can issue, for example, 1,000 report from 1,000 address, and we can send to this address, and every owner can know what happened with the roof and can easily call to the solar company and ask for purchasing photovoltaic, purchasing
Yeah.
product, and set a
Thank you.
inquiry.
Thank you. Any other questions from the floor? No. All right. Thank you. That was all. If you don't mind, now to wrap up, I want to share my screen now. It was very amazing discussions we had today. Thanks for attending TEKTiTE 2026 Industry 4 as a wrap up. We got one great organizer, Delta Tech Korea. Big thanks to Delta Tech Korea. We got 2 hours almost sessions. We got from 3 continents talking about 4th generations of industrial development, 5 fields and applications, 6 countries, 7 presenters, 8 startups. It was amazing. Thank you. And I hope you enjoy your day, your time, and your afternoon, evening, morning, anytime. Thank you. Thank you, Delta Tech, and have a good day. Bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Bye
Thanks.
bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you.